moment I was told I had to choose STEM or humanities, one path or another. Not because I was obliged to choose immediately, but because the decision was presented as something that would actually define my whole future. And that raises the question many students ask silently: what if I don't fit into just one box? And maybe many of you have also asked yourselves the exact same question at some point. Because at a young age, we're still discovering who we are and what our interests are, the idea that our future must be confined into one specific box and one specific category can feel both confusing and distracting. So that question made sense at the moment, because educational systems from around the world are built on a very specific notion, that success is achieved from early specialization. In many countries, including Greece, students are oriented towards predefined academic tracks before they fully understand their own potential, interests, and ideas as individuals. Often, these decisions are framed as necessary for more efficiency or competitiveness, but when they happen too early, they can quietly close doors that students haven't even had the chance to open yet. In Germany, for instance, students are tracked into seemingly suitable paths for them as early as at the age of 10. This isn't just a structural issue, it has psychological effects. Research in education and development psychology shows that early labeling leads students to internalize their identities as types of learners: the science guy or the debate girl. The result: students are becoming less likely to explore outside of their assigned path, get out of their comfort zone, as well as more likely to feel ashamed of uncertainty, and even more likely to interpret curiosity as lack of ability rather than intellectual potential as a skill-building process. I experienced this myself until 10th grade. I thought that I wasn't smart enough. I was receiving comments and questions such as, where are you going in life? Which path are you choosing? You're going to be lost if you don't choose. Everything was about choice. Indeed, I got to choose. And I chose to be myself, whatever the cost is. That's when I realized that curiosity doesn't signal confusion or failure. It signals cognitive engagement. Curiosity activates attention, motivation, and memory systems in the brain, making learning deeper, more driven, and more durable. Students become inquirers. They get to ask why and how are the two domains connected. Even some of the globe's most influential ideas didn't come from sticking with one discipline, but from crossing sectors, linking logic with empathy, science with ethics, and technology with human values. Today's market reflects this idea as well. Interdisciplinary skills such as critical thinking, adaptability, and ethical decision-making are deemed as some of the most valuable qualities by employers. And the world itself can confirm this. Climate change isn't just science. World hunger isn't just economics. And justice isn't just law. They require the interaction between different sectors. So when education separates disciplines too early, it doesn't just discourage learning. It limits the kinds of ideas students are able to come up with and build upon, because ideas can change everything. So, what can we do? Students, ask yourselves, which interests have I never allowed to meet, and how do I really want my future to look like? Educators and parents try to replace choose one thing with learn more and live more to support young learners. Because when you have many tools at your disposal, you gain the freedom to choose. And the future doesn't belong to those who fit neatly into boxes, but to those curious enough to connect these ideas. Because ideas have the power to change everything. Thank you.